Shalom, shalom. I'm Barbara, and I'm always short and sweet. Today we're going to talk about the three kings or wise men. How many were there? Who are the wise men? What are the gifts? Where did they find the Messiah? And when did they arrive? Who are they? We don't know their names. We know they were the Magi, which means they studied astronomy, the stars in the heavens, but the Bible doesn't tell us the names. So they had studied probably the scriptures, like in Numbers 24, where it says a star will come out of Jacob, or in Micah 5, where it says it would be in Bethlehem, Ephratah, thou art blessed among thousands, or the prophecies of Daniel. So what are the gifts they brought? Well, with traditional, we do know the scripture says gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And is it possible that Daniel knew 500 years beforehand and trained some of the Jewish descendants to be astronomers, to watch for the star sign in the heaven that would happen 500 years from his time, and to take gifts to the Messiah and worship him? So how many wise men were at the manger? Does 3 gifts equal 3 wise men? It's a good question. Well, I would think they would be laden with all this gold, frankincense, and myrrh, that 3 would not go by themselves, that they would come with a big caravan if they were wise, and they're going through the wilderness without being accompanied. I believe it was a big caravan, and I believe when they arrived there in Jerusalem that everyone noticed this big caravan. Where did they find the Messiah? So they asked around. They went right to the king and says, where is Yeshua, the king that's supposed to be born? And so the Herod called in the priests, and they said he's supposed to be born in Bethlehem. And these wise men had been studying the star, the king star Jupiter, and they had seen the star some time back. So when the wise men didn't come back to Herod, he was angry because he wanted to kill this king. So he killed all the children within a 10-mile radius of Bethlehem that were 2 years old and under. So now the wise men knew they weren't supposed to go to Herod, but they went forward following the star again. And when they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary. So where did they find him? In Bethlehem and in a house. So also we know that it is recorded they found a paidion in Greek, and that means a child older than a newborn. So they were not at a manger, they were at a house. So the whole nativity scene that we've seen for years and the whole story may not have the right timing for the wise men. When did they arrive? Well, we know that Joseph and Mary, when they went to dedicate Yeshua and went to the temple after the 40 days of waiting, that the gift they brought was a gift of the poor. It was only 2 turtle doves. So Yeshua was not blessed with the gifts yet, and Joseph and Mary were very poor. They gave the poorest offering. There was no frankincense, gold, or myrrh. And after the Magi had been there, Jehovah warned them to leave and go back to their own country a different way. So then also an angel appeared to Joseph and says, go to Egypt, and I'm going to keep you safe there. So when did the Magi find the Messiah? Approximately 1.5 years after the Messiah's birth. And that very night they escaped after the angel spoke to Joseph. So they had the money for the trip, and Jehovah's timing is always perfect. Another point about when did this happen? The Jewish people, it's recorded, did not put their flocks out in the field in the middle of December and January and all that. It was customary for the sheep to pasture in the spring until early October. And so since the shepherds were still tending their flocks in the fields around Bethlehem, it can be concluded that the angel announced the news of Yeshua's birth no later than October. So many people and scholars believe that Yeshua was born in the fall at the time of the fall feast, and I believe that too. So just to set the record straight, I do believe in the Messiah's birth. I believe the wise men brought in gifts and worshiped him, but not on December 25th. And I did find out that Christmas has a lot of pagan roots, all pagan actually. But I did a video about it, and I hope you'll go find the link and watch this. Surely our fathers have inherited lies and vanity. So please like if this was a blessing to you and share with your friends. We were taught wrong. We were taught there were 3 wise men and that they were there at the time of Yeshua's birth in the manger in December. So we were taught lies. So if you want to know more about tabernacles, please go and watch that YouTube too about the fall feast. And thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next